today we're going to be doing some teaching, some talking, some thinking, talking about the future and talking about the future of marketing specifically. Today I'm going to be going through a slide deck that I want to share with you that is also going to be a download for you to be able to use so that you can take notes and take the things that I talked to you about from today's episode with you and apply it to your business. So you want to make sure you go to wemergeai.com. I'll pull that up on the screen one more time so that you have a chance to see that. Check down below the video in the comment section. You'll see a link where you can get access to the download. So first, let me just talk to you a little bit about what's changing and what's shifting. We always do our best to make sure we're on top of things as we see changes coming about. This was something that was significant enough that we decided to totally do a whole new rebrand of We Merge Media and position ourselves to be ready for what's coming. So we've been doing a lot of studying and reading up on just changes that are coming up. So I wanted to just share a couple articles with you. One of them here from Adweek, which is big in the marketing and advertising space. One of the sources that a lot of us as professionals look to get information. And you see here they have this thing they talking about AI is reshaping marketing, which is very true. When people talk about AI, they're usually thinking about artificial intelligence. But here at We Merged, for us, we're just talking in general about automation intelligence. That may include a lot of different things and tools that you can use, AI being one of them. But when we talk about AI here, we're talking about automation intelligence. And there's a lot of misconceptions about what AI is. You know, people are hearing about Chat GPT. I see people using on social media those image graphics to be able to create new versions of photos that they may have taken or just totally surreal photos. There's a lot of different things that people are doing to experiment with it. But when it comes to marketing a business and putting things on a pilot, all of that AI technology is starting to be integrated into a lot of the common tools. You hear about Microsoft integrated into their platform. Google has been integrating it into their platform and all the products that they offer. Google has even gone to the point where they have launched a AI consulting division of Google to work with the large corporations and help them navigate these changes. So, you know, when you think about the changes that are coming for so many major companies to be making these types of investments in this technology and in this way, that lets you know that something's going to shift. And what typically happens, and I've seen it happen when the internet came out, I saw it happen when social media became the thing for businesses to do. The small and the medium sized businesses typically get left behind. You know, they're usually about 5, 10 years behind where the corporates are going because they did not have anybody guiding them through that. So, you know, that's where we're going to be using our time and our energy at We Merge AI to help a lot of these small and medium sized businesses to navigate that. So things are definitely shifting. Here, Forbes, I have an article here about how marketing automation can help you close more sales, which is totally true. And I'll show you some examples of what that looks like and how you can implement that into what you do. And then you have one more here that just talking about, again, from Forbes, embracing the future. I put the title when I did this is that, you know, the future is automation and are you ready for it? So, you know, we're going to be doing whatever we can do to get people that we work with, our clients, whether you in our email evolution bootcamp, we're going to make sure that we bring this information to you so that you could be preparing for this transition and not be one of the people who are left behind. Okay. So we're going to talk about future proofing. We're going to talk about future proofing your business all through automation. A lot of people dream of having automation in their business. You know, they really, really want it, but they don't feel it's possible or they're not really quite sure how to be able to integrate it. Today, I'm going to give you some real world examples, which is why you're going to want to download this presentation that I have with you so that you can have the templates, all the guides that I have in there. I'm going to talk you through them so you understand what you're looking at. But I want to make sure that you have some models that you can start thinking about, start applying to your business and how you use it, how you create content, how you get your leads, how you close your leads. All that's going to be part of what I'm presenting with you here today. So I am a certified partner with Constant Contact. That's the tool that we use for our clients. that we do with our own stuff. So when you download this, you're going to be going through one of those automations. All of that we use there. But the things that I have inside here should be compatible with just about any marketing system, email marketing system that you have. Because I'm going to be talking about just general automations. Whatever tool you decide to use for that automation is totally up to you. Okay. So don't feel like you have to have Constant Contact. But if you want my recommendation or you want to know what I use, that's what I use. And there's tons of reasons why, and I'll kind of go into some of that. So the guide that you're going to download is called Automate Your Marketing Like a Pro. And within that, you're going to go through a number of different explanations about what automation is, what marketing automation is, how you might be able to use it, and just give you some things that you need to start thinking about so that you can use it properly and strategically. Okay. So I have some background information. A lot of the things that I have in here that apply to email marketing can also apply to text marketing. So through Constant Contact, we have there's an added package that you can add to your package if you want to be able to do some SMS marketing. Here, I want to talk a little bit about the anatomy of a workflow, automation workflow, and just point out a couple of things. I know this is going to be hard for you to see on your phone, but just listen to what I'm talking about. Take notes of these keywords, and then when you get the download, you'll be able to follow along a little bit closer. So one of the things that I'm going to talk about is just in general, an automation anatomy and like what makes up an automation. What are the things that makes automation work? Typically, an automation is number one, you're going to have the right software in place that allows you to be able to build these types of processes and procedures. So when you have that and you're able to go through and set up a model like this, there are a couple key things that you want to keep in mind. So to make this whole automation run, we use the term trigger, something that's going to make this start or puts it into action. Typically, that's going to be something that people are offering. So like in the example today, when you go download these slides, you're going to be triggering it whenever you download the guide and the ebook that I put up for you. You see that quite often where people will do like reports. They'll do ebooks. They might have a class or a video for you to watch. All those things in the world of marketing are typically used to trigger an automation. Okay. So you learned something new already about that. Once you go ahead and trigger that, usually by doing some type of action, some behavioral action, that's going to go through an automation process that the person that you're downloading that from has set up. So it says right here where, person puts their information in to download. And then what that's going to tell the software system is, hey, in this amount of time, do this next action. So in the example that I have here, they talk about the frequency. This example shows that 2 days later, that person's going to get an email that introduces your business to whoever downloaded that ebook. Okay. You did not have to go and open up your email, type something out, try to figure out, oh, what am I going to say? The nice thing about these types of automations is once you set them up, yes, they can be time intensive in the beginning, but once they are set up, they are done and they're running. So you could be asleep, you could be on vacation, which I love to do. You could be traveling and have all this stuff operating and running for you. Okay. So you can set this frequency up to be able to do these different steps without intervening in the process. So someone downloads your book. This example, 2 days later, they're going to get an email that introduces your business to them. Then it's set a next date to send that person an ebook reminder. Hey, did you get your ebook? Did you download it? If not, here's the link to do it again. So you'll see this and this process and this workflow is something that you can apply as long as you have the technology, regardless of what system you're using in most cases. The other thing that I want to point out to you is that depending on the software that you use, there's these things called conditional splits, which allow a person, again, depending on how they behave within that email that you send, to get other things. So maybe someone clicked on a link to subscribe to your Instagram. And now because they did that, you decide, oh, I'm going to send this person this other email. So the rabbit hole goes deep. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I just want you to understand the anatomy of a workflow so you can start thinking about how you could use something like this within your business. Okay. So let's go ahead and go through and let's talk about a couple of different examples of those workflows. I actually have I think a good 7 of them inside of here. I'll give you again, some examples of how this might apply to you. There's images in here so you can actually see what they look like. So this should be really, really helpful for a lot of you. So one of the most basic automations is going to be like a welcome series automation. We see this oftentimes whenever you join an email list of some sort, that you're going to get that welcome email automatically. So using what we've just learned about the anatomy of an automation workflow, you can see the trigger here is email one at sign up, send the person this email here. So within this email, in this example, this is going to be that introduction. Welcome to our Hit Zone community. There's a little message there, and then there's a little code or a link here where they're offering people who join their list to get a free class. So that's another way for them to make that relationship that they're nurturing through automation a little bit deeper by giving that person that free class. You'll then see that there's also 2 days later that they have a second email, again, happening automatically because the person is already on the list, where they get this other email that invites them to be able to connect on social media. So maybe someone came in through Facebook and had no idea that you had YouTube or that you had Instagram. That second follow up email allows them to be able to connect, and you can see that they put their follow and their like button in here and their links over to those other social media platforms. Okay. So when you're setting up your automations, you have your trigger. You're going to have the thing that the audience needs to know. That's going to be your content. And then you always want to make sure you have a CTA or call to action. So in both of these email examples, you'll see email number one has a free class redemption as a call to action. The second email has a follow on Instagram or like on Facebook call to action. Whenever action people take, when they get this email, whether they open it, whether they read it, whether they click any links, all that data, if you're using the right system, is going to be monitored, which is going to allow you as the CEO or the marketing executive within your company, or whatever role you have to play within your business, is going to allow you to collect behavioral data to know, how do I fine tune this automation a little bit more, or who should I send this other email to based on what interest they chose. So maybe you have people who really redeemed the free class and they really liked the free class. And now you have a whole list of people who clicked to redeem the free class, and you can send them a more targeted email after that. So that's the beauty of setting this type of automation up and using it within your business. Not only just for the convenience to have your business running and operating while you are away, but then to also be able to collect data that's going to help you make better decisions as a leader within your business. Okay. So let's talk another funnel here, and this one's about relationship building. So what this one is just those little things that you can do using automation to make people feel special or welcome, or that they're actually part of your community. So in this example, you have the trigger being that it's someone's birthday or this their anniversary, or maybe 1 year ago from today they bought something from you and you want to be like, hey, it's been 1 year, how's the product going? All these things are things that you can do when you collect the right data and you have the right software set up. So in this example, what does the audience need to know? You need to know, it's their birthday, you're acknowledging their birthday or their anniversary. The call to action is in this first one where they're redeeming an offer because it's their birthday. How many people out there go get their free coffee from Starbucks on their birthday? I know I do, so it's stuff like that you probably participate in pretty regularly, but you're not thinking about the back end. This is what the back end of that kind of stuff looks like. Okay. So this is one that could be used for relationship building, just a one step, all triggered just by someone's anniversary or birthday. All right. So now we're going to go a little bit deeper and talk about like a 3-step action series automation. This one's a little bit more involved because there's 3 separate emails that are there, and each email has a different purpose and may be triggered by different things. So this one here allows when people sign up or join your list. So the trigger is that a person joins a list 1 month before there's an event or a meetup in this case. So let's say you're promoting, in this case, the cycling club, letting people know, hey, we have a cycling club coming up. Maybe it's a Facebook event or a LinkedIn event, or maybe it's just a social media post where you're informing people about that cycling club and you want them to sign up today if they're interested. Okay. So they will click that sign up button. That's going to get them into your list, and that's going to put them in this series of automation. So 2 weeks later, because we were a month out, now we're 2 weeks out. Now you can send a 2-week reminder. Hey, don't forget to join our next In their second email, they talk about join the next meetup, and they're reminding people. Often, if we're doing webinars or you're doing stuff that you know are coming up, you want to start building up that interest ahead of time. This is a great way to do that. You know, making sure that you get people whatever links and information that they need to participate. Email number three is 1 week before the meetup. That's where they're inviting people to join the cycling club. So that's the third part of that series. So maybe one of them is just, hey, sign up if you're interested in the first to learn a little bit more about the benefits of it. And then the second one, when you're introducing people to maybe like somebody within that cycling club and giving some backstory so people can be like, oh, I see myself in them. This sounds like something I might want to do. And then the third email is the call to action where you're asking to actually become a member and join that cycling club. Okay. So all of these are meant to be able to stir some action up and get people to take action. And you're kind of warming them up through the process by making them more informed because you're giving them information that's going to allow them to make an informed decision. Okay. So I have 7 minutes left. I'm going to go through a couple more. And then if you want to get to the rest, make sure you download this whole package here from wemergeai.com. You can get it there. All right. And then I'm going to come back to the comments and see if I have any questions that I need to answer. So this is another one kind of similar to the last one that we looked at. This is an anticipation series where you're kind of like encouraging your audience to take some interest. So let's look at a little bit deeper about like how was this one set up and how did they set this up. So initially, the first trigger for email number one is upon registering. And this one is, in this example, using the example of a 5K registration. So, you know, they sign up for the 5K registration and all the details are there, letting them know about it. Anyone who signs up on that 2 weeks later is going to get this first email. So this first email is going to give them a training schedule. What nutrition do you need to eat? So you see how they're going deeper in the topic and adding value to the people who originally signed up for more information to let them know, like, you want to be watching these emails because we have important information in here. They have here at the top, letting the person know that you are registered, you know, when is everything going to take place. They didn't put all those details in the first one because they, you know, they're warming the person up. So they put it in the second one. They're giving them tips on how to be able to participate in that run in the right way by preparing and training and eating right. Third email is 1 month before the event, and here you can see that they are suggesting shoes. So they're saying, hey, we're 1 month out, you know, get the right shoes for the race, which is very smart. So whether they sell shoes or if they have an affiliate partnership with a company who sells shoes, here's an opportunity for them to use their warm market to be able to get people connected to those shoes. So as I'm talking about this stuff, think about how you might be able to set this type of structure up within what you offer in your business and how you can kind of warm your audience up to be a little bit more interested in what you're sending out because there's value in there. And we'll go through one more series. This one here is called the onboarding series. This one is meant to get web design customers onboarded. So you sold a web design package and you want to get them onboarded. So step number one is going to be 1 hour after the website goes live. Let's see. Audiences, web design service customers. Okay. So here they have the first email where your site is live. They're letting people know, hey, your website is live. So if I was working with a customer, I'm going to put them in this funnel, let them know their website is live. All the instruction and information and stuff that they might need is here. Email number two sent 2 days after. Now they're adding some little educational information. So, you know, hey, you bought this product from us. Here's a video or tutorial that's going to teach you how to use this in a better way. And then last but not least, 1 week after that project completed, they're sending people and asking them to add a review, which is cool. So this is smart to do if you want to build up your Facebook or your Google reviews after someone's gone through one of those purchases with you and you give them time to use it. Make sure you check in with them and see how things are going. Finally, in the funnel, you can hit them up with a ask to leave a review and link right over to your review page. So all of this plus some more are inside of the download that you can get. I'm just going to skim through real quick to the end and just talk a little bit about once you go through this, what next steps you can take if you want to apply this. So there's a worksheet in here that's going to help you think through who your audience audiences are, because you may have multiple audience and need multiple marketing automation funnels. It's also going to tell you to start thinking about what does that person need to know to value that relationship with you. So make sure you spend some time going through that. There's a chart here that's going to allow you to be able to kind of map out, all right, based on this audience, I know I'm going to do a 3-part series, and I'm going to spread them out with the frequency this many days apart, and I want the content to be this. So doing all this before you actually start building the content is going to help you plan accordingly and map out how much time you have to invest into this process. To see what that should look like, you'll go to the next page, and there's 3 different examples here based on different customer audiences. And then there's also an example in here for you nonprofit founders. So if you're a nonprofit, you also can use all this information because you're looking to get people to volunteer, you're looking for people to make donations to your cause. So all these strategies can be useful for you. Okay. So last but not least, inside the guide, there is a link for anyone who wants to try this stuff with Constant Contact. You're limited on the free trial. You can do, I think, one automation, but at least you can get a feel for it. So if you want to do it yourself, there's a link here. Just click this button. It's going to allow you to do that. We do every month at the end of the month, we do Email Evolution Bootcamp, where we have 5 days that we'll spend with everybody who's enrolled and walk them through setting up Constant Contact, setting up an automation, explaining how all this stuff works. We have videos that are pre-recorded, so you can go through them at your own time. But then during that final week of the month, we are available 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday, for tech support to help you implement the things that you learned. Or if you don't want to do it and you're just like, hey, I cannot be doing all this, go to wemergeai.com. We have service packages there that include everything from email marketing automation, social media marketing automation, and advertising automation. So all those things can be automated, and all these things are going to make it easier for you as a CEO, the founder of your organization, the leader, the marketing leader within your organization, to be able to make things a lot easier. Now that you have a little bit more information about marketing automation, you understand the anatomy of it. I hope this information was helpful for you. We'll continue to bring more information as we go. We'll Talk It Up Tuesday. We do these every Tuesday. Topics are always different, but today was my day, and I got to talk about marketing automation with you. So thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week, same time, same places. So everywhere you're watching now, you can tune in next week. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to go to wemergeai.com so that you can get everything I just shared with you in today's presentation. Have a good one.